Right. This really isn't a shock. Or is anybody surprised anymore in the world that we live in today? They've done it so many times now with TV shows, music videos, list goes on. So we have this blasphemous garbage. It's all they can do. It's literally all they can do is mock God, mock Jesus Christ, mock the Last Supper. It's the joke, man. Really is. This is all they can do. Now, I don't watch the Olympics. As I've said many times, I don't own any form like Sky, Netflix, or any garbage like that. I haven't watched TV in a long, long time. Years. Because I don't care about it. It's nothing but programming and nothing but filth on it. And all I do is watch YouTube and that, so I mean, just look at it. It's just a complete joke, man. Absolute joke. Blasphemous filth. And again, involving children. What a shock that is. Literally mocking the Last Supper. They've done it multiple times. They've done it with VMAs. They've done it with MTV. They've done it in movies, TV shows, music videos, just like that idiot Kendrick Lamar. He did it, mocked the Last Supper. These people think that they are on the level of a god or God himself. It's a form of narcissism. So all this is just the mockery of the Last Supper. That's all it is, a blasphemous mockery of it. I have to watch what I say. I can't say really how I feel about this situation because we all know what happens. You get banned off every site because, again, everything's classed as hate speech in the whole entire world run by these wokies. It really is, but this is an absolute insult. That's all it is. It's just typical losers like the atheist, the agnostic, the Satanist. And I mean, imagine being a Satanist to start with. Got to be the biggest loser on the planet. You really have got to be the biggest loser on the planet to be a Satanist. And most of these are that anyway, but it's just not a shock anymore. It really isn't a shock. It's not a shock at all. And people continuously say, "Oh, we're not. The world isn't reprobate. The world isn't woke or anything like that." Just look at the media. Just look at TV shows. You'd literally have to be living under a rock. As I've said multiple times with this channel, I'm not here to convince you. If you can't see by now of the amount of years people have been talking about this, then it's your own problem. Maybe you're just willfully ignorant, or you just don't care. As I've mentioned in the past, woe to those that justify wickedness. Because again, notice how they always involve a child. We all know what they're pushing for next. We all know. We know exactly what they're pushing for next. It's already accepted anyway. It already is. You just haven't woken up to reality. I've talked about it thousands of times on BitChute of all the stuff they're doing. And who knows if that's a girl or a male? Never know these days, do you? I mean, we live in 2024 now. We all know the nonsense that exists in 2024 and all the crap that's in America. I mean, it's just more proof. This is supposed to be in Paris, which again, French doesn't really surprise me. Really doesn't. It honestly doesn't. But that's where it's supposed to be. They do it every year. They really do. They do it every damn year. They do it with the MTV. All this is all they can do. They think they're funny. Yet the funny thing is, if you mock them or this is what I said with the media and what a bunch of hypocrites people are in the industry. it's okay to mock Jesus Christ, mock God. It's okay to ban the Bible. It's okay to ban talk of religion in video games, TV shows, and music. It's banned. Oh, how dare you bring religion and politics into video games and TV shows? How dare you? But it's perfectly fine to mock God. Perfectly fine to promote Satanism in TV shows and video games, but as soon as it comes to God and the talk of God, it's shunned upon and frowned upon. Just admit that you little reprobates in this world hate God. Just admit it. These people just hate God. That's all it is. That's why they do this. It's called a reprobate spirit. They don't care about God. None of these people do. No one, half of the people in this world don't care. They really don't. Why do you think the times of Noah, as I've said thousands of times, that God said, no, they ain't going to listen. You're just wasting your time. And God was right. Of course he was right because he knows the future before it's already going to happen. But same with today. There's no point. These people are reprobates. They don't care. They don't care about the truth. They've already rejected it. There's no such thing as like, oh, one day these people will be shown the light. No, they don't care. They don't. As it says in the Bible, that if you reject the truth so many times, God will just let you become a reprobate. He'll just say, fine, you want to continue to keep rejecting me and mocking me, then fine. Go about your way, and we've seen it how reprobate the world's become. That's what happens when you reject God. When you fully reject God out of your life, you see how degenerate these literally the youth of today is today. All this furry crap, be basically getting sexually aroused by a robot or a damn animal. We're living in modern day. If you think that America isn't modern day Babylon, you need to wake up to reality. You really do. It really is. This is the only scumbag nation. And again, that's another thing with America. I don't get into it, but this shows how far America has not been following God's laws at all. What does it specifically? We all know what's going on with the presidency. It's all rigged. It's all fake. You shouldn't be voting for anybody. But now we got a woman becoming a president. Don't care what you wokies believe, but the Bible clearly says that a woman should not be in a form of authority above a man. So yeah, America is not a Christian nation. It is an abomination nation, a harlot nation that steals and all that. Does all reprobate stuff. And it's always funny people talk about Israel and that. Look at America and what it's doing. This stuff like this, just mocking God because they think they're funny. They really do. They think they're hilarious doing stuff like this. It's not funny at all. It's just a straight up mockery of the Last Supper. And again, you always notice they have a halo around the head. Again, mocking the Virgin Mary, basically the Mother of God. What a joke. It's all they do in the industry. You see it in the K-pop industry as well. They basically put a halo around the head because, again, there's a massive narcissistic problem and narcissism problem in Hollywood where people think they're on the level of a god and they think they are a god. You're not a god. No one is. It's just narcissism and pride. But again, it's all this thing as well. You have now basically them saying, oh, this is a woman's world and all that. It's just blasphemous. It's not anyone's world. It's God's world. That's what these humans need to get through their head as well. This ain't your world. You didn't create it. It's not your world. It's God's. God created it. He can destroy it and do whatever he wants with it anytime he wants. And you can just do nothing about it. But yeah, you wonder why the earth got flooded the first time. You wonder why. You wonder why God basically said, Just flood the entire earth. Only save Noah. You wonder why he only saved Noah and his family. Now you know why. Modern day, we know what America is. A harlot nation, an abomination nation. No such thing as Christian laws in that nation. There's not one single one. America breaks every single Christian law and every single biblical law ever created. They do not follow the Ten Commandments. They break every single one. There's so much idolatry in America. We have things like the Statue of Liberty, which is Ishtar, Apollyon. It's all connected to that, which is the worship of Satan, the goddess nonsense from the ancient Babylonian Empire. So yeah, America's was never founded on Christian values or was ever following God. It was founded on Freemasonry and Satanism. I mean, then again, Freemasonry and Satanism is the same thing because they worship the same entity. Well, yeah, it's not a surprise. This is all they can do. And they think they're hilarious doing stuff like this. It's not even funny. So, yeah, it really isn't a shock with nonsense like this. It really isn't. And then you have this. We all know what this is it? I saw all these clips on Twitter because I don't watch this garbage. I never will. I don't watch NFL. I don't watch the MTV awards. I don't watch any of that crap. Unless I come across it, that's when I'll make a video about it. But you'll notice, look at this. America's already destroyed anyway. I've talked about this on BitChute, the agenda that they have, destroying America from the inside out. They've already done it. This is America. This is the future of America. People seem to keep voting for Donald Trump and stuff like that. Now they're voting for a damn woman. You don't have a clue. You know, these people today that follow the form of politics don't have a clue about anything. They're just zombies. You really think voting for a female to be president is going to change anything? Get realistic. They're all corrupt. It's time to wake up to reality. And this is the agenda to destroy America from the inside out. And it's already been done anyway. Look at this. You have basically a hot air balloon going towards a basically broken, almost destroyed Statue of Liberty. You notice it's basically destroyed and surrounded by a desert, what looks like a desert. Because again, this is the agenda. I've talked about it with World War III and all that. There's an agenda. It's part of the New World Order. They will. I've literally talked about it, but I can't say much on here for reasons. But we all know the plan with America and the agenda with America, the Illuminati and all that. It's time to wake up to reality. It is not a Christian nation. It's run by the Illuminati and run by Freemasons. Let's go look at America. Symbolism's everywhere. And yet the atheists, we mock God, we're scoffers, we're a bunch of losers. God doesn't exist. God, imagine believing in God. Imagine that. Imagine being an idiot that basically doesn't believe in anything. Imagine believing in the evolution nonsense that you evolved from an ape. It's the most stupid, laughable thing ever. And the only people that believe that they evolved from an ape is basically low IQ people. But it's just a fact, man. It really is. It's just a joke. It really shouldn't be a shock with this crap anymore. And then you have this. Even people are sick of it themselves. Basically, this is exactly what it is. Attack on Christianity. Fury as Paris Olympics reimagine the Last Supper as that word. I mean, look at how blasphemous this garbage is. Right, I have to sit because again, Daily Mail is known for showing sexual crap. So I'll shut the article just to make sure. Doesn't seem to be anything sexual here, so we're okay. Because Daily Mail is known for doing it with these stupid ads at the side, so I can continue seeing them. I mean, Sharon. What's up? I don't know who that person is. Never heard of them. And exactly. So that was it. So this is it. I mean, of course, you have Celine Dion. You got to laugh at this one though. Elon Musk isn't a Christian. Got to laugh at that one. We've all seen the outfit that you wore on Halloween. That's all we need to know. And again, Elon Musk is about basically neuron chip, which is part of the Mark of the Beast technology. So yeah, I've slammed the Paris Olympics opening ceremony for an apparent parody of the Last Supper as and Range performance meant only Canadian singer, which again Celine Dion. We've all seen the stuff that she's done. She supports a lot of woke stuff. It isn't really a surprise, and of course we have Lady Gaga there. Is that a shock? No. With those garbage music videos and those garbage songs, I was born this way, and all the satanic antichrist imagery that's in their music videos. This is not defamatory or anything like that. All the upside down crosses, the one eye symbolism, the lightning bolt in every music video that she made. Let's go look at her music videos. And as you can clearly see, the catwalk turn stage element of the opening ceremony was criticized by some Christians for allegedly parodying. It's not parodying though, it's just taking the mic. And then you have this. What is this what is this garbage supposed to be? I don't even know who that is. But it just looks like some demonic crap. So other bizarre moments saw a singer dressed as headless. I don't even know who that is. Queen of France. So this shows France. This is what I said about France. It's typical France. It really is. Scum. Wonder why the British and France never get along. But this shows the France don't even respect their own culture and their own history. So they basically insult their own history. Real shock that is, isn't it? So for was they were a queen. And this is what I said. This is what, to you women out there, this is what a queen actually is. Not you selling yourself on OnlyFans and, oh, I'm a queen, I'm a princess, look at me, I'm so beautiful, I take selfies of myself. This is the definition of what a queen actually is, someone in authority. So stop calling yourself a queen. This is exactly what a queen is, in a form of authority, royalty. A lot of the kings and queens were sellouts, though. But so obviously they portrayed her as being, was she a Christian? I don't know. This is the first time that I've ever heard of this person. So she was betrothed, which again, that's biblical. A lot of you woke Christians can't get over that one either. Basically calling everybody a pedophile and stuff like that. Yeah, if you knew anything about the Bible and Mary's actual age, this is biblical. Betrothed. When someone's betrothed, that means they belong to a man. So she got married at 14 years old. That's the way it was. That's the way it was with England as well. And that's the way it was with America. So they portrayed as being headless. I mean, we all know these Satanists are very sick in the head. Other bizarre moments. I don't know what this is supposed to be, but again, just gotta laugh at that one. Really have. I mean, I'm only gonna make one joke. You can't even see it. But a performance painted blue and covered in flowers and fruit depicting the Greek god sang in. So again, that's all they can promote, these Greek gods, these pagan heathen gods that never even existed. Zeus doesn't exist, never did. Odin doesn't exist, never did. Thor, Apollyon, list goes on. Medusa, none of these gods ever existed. It's bull. None of them existed. It's just fake nonsense. And then, of course, you have this. This looks like, again, typical Europe. A performer uses a table, catwalk. So, again, this is what they think of the Last Supper. Just walk all over it. Really isn't a shock. And this is what they're teaching your kids as well. This is why you should take your kids out of school, because this is the nonsense that they do in schools. Oh, but we're not shoving it down anyone's throat. A performer uses a catwalk as a stage, and they dance along to its two hits from around Europe. Yeah, garbage music, more like. So yeah, just complete blasphemy. And I'm gonna make this very clear, because of course, you can have some people like, oh, this is not the biblical image of Jesus Christ. That's not what Jesus looked like. Well, never. The point here is they are mocking the Last Supper. They're not mocking an image. They're mocking Jesus and God, and basically the disciples. Yes, it's a fake image. Never. It's not biblical. No image of Jesus Christ is biblical. They're all fake. They're all man-made engraven images. As it says, no one knows what Jesus looks like or God. The only people that do were the people that are around in that time. Even said nobody can see the face of God and live. If you actually just read the Bible, you'll see that God has a spiritual form. It's not something that's human. He glows like the sun. That's not human. Jesus in the center, surrounded by his disciples. Basically, they spit all over that. Just like Kendrick Lamar did, he did the same. Because again, these people think that they're gods. Kendrick Lamar's music is trash. It really is. Eminem's music, garbage. Both of those two rappers think that they're a god. Both of them do. You have Kendrick Lamar that thinks, "Oh, I'm the best rapper ever." His music's whack. It really is. Could never listen to his garbage music. And then you have Eminem, the same. All these people, all these artists and that today think that they are God. You've had Travis Scott do the same, portray himself as God and Jesus Christ. You've had so many artists do it. It's a form of mockery. That's what it is. It's a form of blasphemy. So yeah, it really isn't a shock. Filth. That's all it is, filth. And you, of course, you'll have the wokies and the, oh, I support Donald Trump and I support Camilla or whatever her name is, going, oh, you're just a snowflake. You're just a snowflake. Christianity is what's ruining this world. Oh, let's vote for Camilla or whatever her name is. It really just shows the state of this world. Not I imagine it just shows honestly all the things that I've said about America. You'd have to be living under a rock by now to think that America believes in God. It's time to wake up. America's God isn't the God of the Bible, it's Satan. That's the God of America. Satan, Lucifer, has many names. It's not the God of the Bible. It really isn't. Why do you think it says in the back of the United States dollar with the Illuminati pyramid, which I've said for years, still waiting for people to give me a reason as to why that's on the back of the United States dollar? Still yet to get an answer because they can't. There's an Illuminati logo right on the back of the United States dollar, and it says, "In God we trust." What God is that? Satan, money. It's the only God that America cares about is money, and the devil, wealth. Every single law that America has breaks the Ten Commandments. Everything. Pagan gods, pagan statues, which it said not to create, and yet they do it anyway. The Satanism all over America, making Satanism a religion. Satanic temples all over the place. I mean, just look at America. Even the American flag is a joke. Can't say that though. Oh, how dare you insult my American flag? Well, if you actually knew anything where that flag originally came from, it's not anything good. It really isn't. But again, God bless America. I'm a patriot, America. America. But yeah, this garbage, man, absolute garbage. Mocks the Last Supper because that's all they can do. It's all they can do. That is literally all these idiots can do. I mean, just look it up. And again, cannibalism. It's a form of cannibalism, not. I mean, just look at this. And there was a kid there. There was literally a kid there while all this satanic filth was going on. So again, oh, they're not coming after our kids. They're not coming after our kids. You're just a delusional Christian. You're just a Bible basher and all that. Look at this. This is exactly what they were doing. There was a kid, we've proven it, sat at that table. Right there. Why is there a kid here? Oh, that's right, because the groom kids. That's right. That's just a fact. That is literally a fact. And you should wake up now. And this is what I said with all this stuff that goes on. It's took people this long to realize what's going on. This long. People have been saying it for years what's really going on in this world. But oh, there's no such thing as the Illuminati. You're just a conspiracy theorist. Get off the drugs, mate. Stop smoking weed. And now everyone is like, oh yeah, we see what's really going on now. oh, oh, it's just laughable. It really is. The only people that can't see what is going on. I mean, look at this filth. It's just garbage. And I guarantee you there was people, because we all know they do it anyway, because they take the kids to stuff like this. That's why they're targeting the kids. And this is why I said homeschool your kids. Because all stuff, even when I was in school, all they would teach was nonsense. Oh, you got to learn about Muslims. You got to learn about Hitler. I don't care about Hitler. I don't care about Muslims' culture. I could care less. Do I live in Iraq? No, I don't. That's all they would teach. rather than half of the stuff that you learn in school, you never use in real life. It's just a waste of time. And then the biggest scam ever is, oh, you got paid to go to college. You got to pay so they can indoctrinate you with more garbage. You'd have to be an idiot. You really would have to be an idiot. And they're like, oh, Olympics, Games, Paris goes woke. The world is already being woke. It's been that way for decades now. You just haven't woken up. There was woke movies in the 2000s, but you just didn't see it. Go look at all the movies back then. The Shrek movie, they were pushing woke crap back then. But it's just become more out in the open now because they can get away with it. Because no one cares, do they? Like, oh, who cares? Who cares? You're just a bigot. You're just this. Just leave people alone. Yeah, these same people have to mock God on a daily basis for no reason at all because they just think they're funny. And well, because again, these people think they're funny, think they're hilarious. People say to me, "Oh, you don't read the Bible anymore." I do. I just don't. So again, we all know the Bible verses. I know them all off, but most of them off by heart. Be not deceived. God is not mocked. For whosoever a man soweth, basically, whatever you do, you're gonna reap. Basically, if you think you can go around in life mocking God, laughing at God, oh, we can make fun of God, oh, God doesn't exist and all that, you'll get what's coming to you. There's no such thing as karma. It doesn't exist. It's BS. But you will eventually get what's coming to you. Eventually, you're gonna mess with the wrong person. That's you should learn in life. If you think you can go around be doing whatever you want, treating people like garbage, it's gonna come back on you. And it has. Like a lot of these people in the industry that felt were untouchable, mocking God, everything like that. A lot of them have ended up broke now. It's their own fault. You reap what you sow. That shall he also reap, for he that soweth to his flesh shall of the flesh reap. The God ain't mocked. You may think that, well, I'm mocking God every single day. Nothing's happened to me. Eventually, you're going to get what's coming to you. Eventually, you will. And it'll be your own damn fault. It really will. No, one of the keys has come off the laptop again. But yeah, well, I've completely forgot what I was gonna do. Or else I've completely forgotten now. This me adding when that happens. I think completely forgot. Well, we all know most of the Bible verses. I was gonna bring another one up, but it completely went out my head. It is what it is. But a lot of the Bible verses, we know what they say about mocking there'll be scoffers and stuff like that in the end times, which is just the fact these books were written thousands upon thousands of years ago. It says that this was going to happen, that scoffers would be in the end times, laughing, mocking, saying, "Oh, where is the appearance of the Son of Man? We don't see him." It's exactly what we have today, these atheists. And as I said in the beginning, imagine being a devil worshipper and imagine putting 666 in your name. You've got to be the biggest loser on the planet. You really have got to be the biggest loser. All I do is with those people is just laugh at them. Because again, Satan is a coward. He's weak. He's already been destroyed by God. And if you actually know anything, Satan can't just go around doing whatever he wants unless God allows it. So, yeah, Satan is a puppet under God. So, God is above Satan. God pulls the strings. He allows it to happen. Why do you think Satan, it says in the Bible that God allows Satan to deceive everyone for a short bit of time? Also, God allowed Satan to do stuff to Job. So, yeah, Satan can't go around doing whatever he wants whenever he wants. So, all you Satanists out there, that's why we laugh at you. Because Satan has no form of power without God. That's just the fact. Because you Satanists think that Satan is this powerful, unstoppable force that always going to destroy God in the end. No, that's not the way it happens. Satan's going to be destroyed, and already has. He's like basically a beta male being dominated and put in the place. That's what Satan is, basically a beta male, basically being dominated by God. And that's a fact. And that's why I said you have to laugh at these losers that worship Satan. You just have to laugh at them. They're pathetic. They really are. So God will not be mocked. That is a fact. You people think that you're funny, but let's see you do this to God's face. Let's see you keep the same energy when God's right in front of you. Not going to be able to do anything about it. You ain't going to be able to do anything. You think that you're going to be able to fight with God or stuff like that. No. God only has to move one finger. It's over. So, yeah. These people that continue to follow, and it's always the woke culture as well that do it. It's all that's why I speak so much out against this woke culture, because they think they're hilarious. These little reprobates. That was another one. The Romans, King James. And even as they did not like to retain God in their knowledge, God gave them over to a reprobate mind to do those things which are not convenient, being filled with all unrighteousness, fornication, wickedness, maliciousness, full of envy, murder, debate, deceit. Can't pronounce that word. Whisperers, backbiters, haters of God, despiteful, proud, boasters, inventors of evil things. Nuclear bombs an evil thing. Or look at all the evil technology that they create. Oh, that's not evil at all. Oh, the microchip and all that. That's a good thing. All the mobile phones and that are good. No, none of them are. If you know anything, they gather data about you. A lot of people are proud. All of this scriptures come true. Disobedient to parents. We see that. Kids, no discipline. Because corporal punishment is wrong. Oh, doing that is wrong. Oh, that's child abuse. Look at how kids act look at the way they act today. No corporal punishment. This is why kids do whatever they want. They're telling grown-ups to basically F off and stuff like that. Because again, no discipline. Bad parents as well. Not disciplining your child. Basically letting them do whatever they want whenever they want. That's why, again, they're out of line. That's why you got kids feet stealing smoking weed, doing drugs, drinking at an early age, and you have these people out there defending it, and these fake Christians as well defending it because of bad parents, as it even says in the Bible that the father will be responsible for. Even says that in the Old Testament, the father will be responsible for how the child grows up, because you are unmerciful. We see that. No mercy. We see that already. People just don't care. Without natural affection, we already know what that is. Implaceable, I can't mention it like I said on here for reasons. Who, knowing the judgment of God, that they which commit such things are worthy of, not only do the same, but have pleasure in them that do them. So yeah, a lot of you fake Christians out there never preach this in the churches, unlike real biblical teachers, because again, this goes against the complete nonsense that God loves everyone. God hates people that do these things. So you think that God loves these rappers and all stuff like that. Oh, I'm sleeping with a bunch of women. Look at me. I've slept with a bunch of women. Look at my lifestyle. All the porn stars and OnlyFans. So every time you say to me, because I've had people saying it to me in the past, oh, what you say is just all hate speech. You just hate women, which I don't. But that's what they say. Oh, you just hate women. You're just an incel. One, God would be saying the same thing. God would be disgusted with OnlyFans, the porn industry. He completely be disgusted with it. You think that God is approving of any of this crap going on? No. So every single time you say to me that, oh, well, you're just preaching hate speech, it's from the Bible. My views, my attitude comes from the Bible. I'm not fake, like, oh, I'm gonna pick and choose what I want to accept what's in the Bible. No, the Bible's the truth. You don't like it, tough. Simple as that. The word of God is the truth. I don't care what you little Satanist, atheist, or you woke clowns, or you I'm a snowflake and I'm offended by everything. It's the truth. Just because you say it isn't doesn't mean it isn't. The word of God is the truth, whether you like it or not. And you can keep denying it as much as you want. You really can. Because it don't change the truth. So yeah, we're not even supposed to bother with these little clowns. We're not even supposed to bother. Because the reprobates, they don't care about God, so God is giving them over to their own reprobate mind. Leave them. That's what they won't teach in the churches. Once you've been given over to a reprobate mind, God's done with you. That means God's not interested. Basically, God said, "Fine, bye." God even says that in the Old Testament that if people reject Him, He'll reject them back. As it says, I never knew you." God doesn't know you. That means He's basically rejected you. God does reject people, and He also hates people. Said it in the Old Testament. As it says, Jacob I have loved, Esau I have hated. Also says in many scriptures that God hates basically people that commit people that are murderers, people that are boasters, proud, and that commit these certain things in this certain scripture. So yeah, something they'll never tell you in the church though, because they're scared of losing numbers. That's why we got so many woke churches out there. That's exactly why. Joke, man. Absolute joke. So yeah. Yeah, these people they'll continue to mock God as much as they want. We're not even supposed to associate with them. And if you don't know what a reprobate is the definition of a reprobate is a term used in the Bible to describe individuals who have persistently rejected God and his moral standards. So yeah, if you support the woke culture, then guess what? You're a reprobate. You really are. You're the definition of a reprobate. You can't claim to be Christian and a man of God and following God if you accept the woke culture. So when you say to me, "Oh, you're just a bigot, you're just a hater and all that," again, you don't even know God anyway. So because if you knew God, you know that the woke culture that God does not approve of it. There's no saving those people. It's as simple as that. But they won't say it in the churches because again, oh, there's only so far you can go until you've been given over to your own reprobate desires. God will cut you off and say, "Hey, cool, go do whatever you want." And but many Christians today won't say it. They really won't say it. They're scared of offending people. Basically, once you've given in to your reprobate desires, that's it. It's over. You're done. That means God's fully done with you. That's what it means. No, that's not my words. That's the Bible. It even says that in the Old Testament. The concept of reprobate mind is deeply embodied in the biblical teaching about sin and God's in judgment. In the New Testament, the Greek term is often translated as reprobate and is used to describe people who have turned away from God and are beyond the reach of divine mercy. That means they don't care. They don't care about God. They're fully given into the reprobate world. They've gone back into the world and they hate God. You know who someone is a reprobate. You just know. You literally just know the people that are reprobates. Just mention the word God. They'll be angry as anything. That's a reprobate. Satanists are reprobates. Atheists are reprobates. Agnostics are reprobates. The Bible uses the concept of a reprobate mind to explain the moral decay that occurs when individuals consistently rebel against God. It is not a state that happens. Rather, it is the outcome of a steady, stubborn turning away from God. The concept of a reprobate mind is repeatedly depicted in the Bible, including accounts of ancient societies that spiraled into moral chaos after rejecting God. We all know what that was. What happened to it? It was burned, wasn't it? God sent fire down, and the place no longer existed. A reprobate mind is resistant to divine influence and is in a state of abandonment, having been left to its own perverse and spirit judgment. What are the characteristics as a reprobate? The Bible characterizes people who deliberately reject God's commands and choose a path of unrighteousness as reprobates. These individuals suppress the truth because they don't care. Exchange the truth of God for a lie. These woke churches that preach garbage that's not biblical and worship created beings rather than the Creator. Dios. From this perspective, the Bible portrays reprobates as individuals who have exploited their free will to persistently choose evil over good. So, serial killers, in reality, they chose that. No one forces you to kill someone. Nobody does. They're reprobates. People like Jeffrey Dahmer, reprobate. All the John Gacy, what absolute sick human being of the stuff that he did. Absolute reprobate. And those people will not be missed. Absolute scumbag. That's the definition of a reprobate. No one forces these people to kill someone. They are reprobate demonic demons. That's what those people are. That's exactly what they are. Don't matter if they all on the deathbed decide, oh, I'm gonna accept Jesus now. It don't matter. You're a reprobate. Because someone that's a full-on reprobate anyway doesn't care. It won't be like, oh, I need to stop doing what I'm doing. A reprobate doesn't care. A reprobate thinks that they're doing no wrong. Is a stark reminder of the consequences persistently rejecting God's moral standards. And America is a reprobate. It's a reprobate nation. Tell me, what moral standards does America follow? Not, it really doesn't follow any. It really doesn't, because if they actually followed the Bible, they'd be doing a lot of actions. At least Islam, even though it's a fake religion and it's a made-up one, it's the most stupid nonsense ever. I mean, believing that the Prophet Muhammad went into a cave, came back out, didn't age at all. Most stupid thing I've ever heard. But even with Muslims, at least they preach what is in their book, and they're labeled terrorists. That's what's in the Bible. Their book. If you actually read the Quran, there's some very stuff in there. There's no peace. I've actually read it. I know what's in it. But in places like Saudi Arabia and the Middle East, we all know what happens. At least they have laws. Not like America. Oh, women should be in power. Do you see that in Saudi Arabia? No, you don't. You don't see women above men. No, it's not sexist either, because you have that with Christians as well. They're like, oh, it's sexist. You're just a sexist. No, it isn't. So you're calling Jesus and God a sexist, because it clearly says in the Bible, women should not be above men. That's why, again, America making a female president disproves further that they are not following God at all. That is completely against what the Bible says. I'm going to prove it, because they're going, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. Because women should not be, and this isn't sexist, so you can just cry about it. You can literally just cry about it. I do not permit a woman to teach or to have authority over a man. She must be silent. Say again. Pretty obvious that a lot of you women and a lot of you Christians don't read the Bible, because this is what it says. So that means a woman should not be a president. But here we have America. You notice with America, that's like a woman being in power in Saudi Arabia, or a woman being a king. I mean, then again, we had a queen that ran England, and look at the state of England. Yeah, maybe not put a woman in power. It's not sexist, because again, if you want to call me sexist, then again, don't read the Bible, because this is what the Bible says. Says that women are not supposed to be teachers, preachers, pastors. They're not supposed to be in that form. A woman was supposed to be, and this is why these feminists are idiots. A woman's job was supposed to be the household. That's just a fact. She was supposed to raise the kids. The man was supposed to go out and get the job and provide. That's the way it was supposed to be. But everything's reversed now, isn't it? That's how you know America does not follow any biblical laws at all. So yeah, this is what it says. Tell me that I'm twisting the Bible. I'm just reading what it says. Chloe says, I do not permit a woman to teach. What is teaching? What are they teaching? The Bible. So yes, this also applies to things of authority. A woman is not above a man and never will be. Only a beta male would say that, would basically say, yes, a woman is above a man and a woman is equal. Well, we're not, are we? If we were equal, we'd have the same size brain, we'd have the same brain, and we'd literally we the same things would happen. Does a man bleed? No, didn't think so. Does a man have breasts? No, didn't think so. Does a man give birth? No. So we're not equal, are we? It's just facts, and that's why people don't like me on here, because I say it how it is. I don't care who I offend. That's why not a lot of people like me. Because I say it how it is. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm not going to water it down. I'm going to tell you what it says in the Bible, and if you don't like it, get offended. And as it says in the Bible, blessed are those that are not offended for my name's sake. Even said that people would be offended by the Bible. Yeah, there's so many videos online of women basically picking up the Bible and like, oh, this is what it says about me. You shouldn't even be teaching it to people. Let's be realistic. Well, again, they just teachers today just want to twist this and say, "Oh, it means something else." What else could it mean? It was talking about teaching things in a. This applies to a church. This applies to teaching in general. This is what God said. It says it in every version. For this cause out the woman to have power on her head because of the angels. So yes. Never devote all your again to give not thy strength unto women, as you can clearly say, or dedicate your life to destroying things, kings. Give not thy strength unto women, nor thy ways to that which destroyeth kings. So even the Bible now, you can just say the Bible hates women and all that nonsense. Oh, you're just a misogynist. You just hate women. Well, I guess everybody in the Bible hated women. I guess God hates women. No, it's called men are supposed to be dominant. Men are supposed to be the alpha. So deal with it. And this is even this person says it. The woman should keep silent in the churches, for they are not permitted to speak, but should be in submission, as the law also says. So yeah, that's not my words. That's the Bible. This is I'm just reading the Bible and God's words. That's what God says. That's what God says. That women should keep quiet in the churches, and they shouldn't be in authority, or they shouldn't be running, especially a president of the country. So yeah, if you're a Christian, you're voting for that person, then guess what? You're a fake Christian. You really are. Because you're completely going against what the Bible says. The Bible says that a woman should not be a president or above a man. The president is basically a form of authority. They're running a country. So yes, good old America. What a joke. And people that want to get offended by that, that's just the Bible. That wasn't my words. So if you're mad, you're not mad at me, you're mad at God. Because I was just reading the Bible. And I agree with what it says. I'm not a beta male like these people all bowing down before a female, simping before a woman. He was a Soviet journalist who explained the four stages of never even, as I said, I've never even heard of that person until now. I was so sad and angry when I saw that. I mean, you're not the only one. I didn't even know what happened because I always saw it because I saw it on Twitter. So I didn't even know about it because I don't watch TV. Perfect example of last days. All this and Christianity is prophesied exactly. And you always have these people like, but yeah, this is what the Bible says. That basically reprobates like this, because that's all they are, reprobates. Let them do whatever they want. Let them do whatever they want, because again, there's no salvation for them. It's as simple as that. That's just a fact. Reprobate is a reprobate once you've been given over. That's what you got to understand. That means God's done with you. That means he's done. He even says that. We'll prove it. Reprobate even. Let's see. So as you can clearly see what it says in Romans. And even as they did not like to retain God in their knowledge, God gave them over to a reprobate mind. Just like again, we go all the way back to basically things like Sodom and that. God gave them over. He gave them over to their own desires and not what they wanted to do to Lot and the angels. Just look what they wanted to do. Yeah, just let them do. That's all you have to say. Don't even acknowledge that they exist. These reprobates, you don't even acknowledge that they exist. You just ignore them. Because that's what God says anyway. To not associate with people like this. And you can read whatever version you want. So again, depraved mind. I really hope it doesn't come out anything stupid. So here's the legal definition. The condition of mind described as depravity of mind is a characteristic by an of moral sense. It consists of evil, corrupt, and perverted intent, which is devoid of regard for human dignity and which is into human life. So serial killers, the RAPE, just going around doing that to people. People that do that, reprobate. People that do stuff to children, reprobate. People that kill kids, reprobate. We can sit here all night. These people are done. Sexually attracted to people that are sexually attracted to animals. No salvation for those freaks. You really think that God's going to let someone like that in the kingdom of heaven that is sexually attracted to animals and abusing them? No. As I said, once you become a reprobate, it's over for you. It's literally over for you. It consists of someone that is a pure psycho. Literally, you look at a lot of people that are reprobates, they're all evil. They're all idiots. No, I'm not talking about just. I'm talking to the extreme level of reprobate. Basically, the ones that are just beyond nuts in the head. Basically, where they start eating human flesh, become cannibals, become serial killers, start going around killing people. Those people too far gone, way too far gone. People like Jeffrey Epstein and stuff like that, scumbags. That's what the definition of a reprobate. No normal person with morals would do it. They'd get the thought in the head. Any normal person that isn't completely evil and a complete psycho would know before they do it that they'd have a thought in the head, this is wrong. So people that don't have that, that's why they're committing the crime, because they haven't got any form of moral, basically conscience. They don't care. That's why you got people robbing people, stealing, killing people. They have no moral. They don't care. They don't care for anyone. And anyone that goes and robs an old person or is a reprobate. So yeah, there's a lot of depraved people in this world. A lot of them. So yeah, and these people say, "Oh, your mind goes like that." God gives them over to it. That's why the mind goes like that. God's the one that does it. God basically says, "Hey, you want to be a reprobate so much and reject me so much, then fine. There you go." He gives them fully over to their reprobate head, and they'll start committing some of the most evilest stuff. So in reality, all these serial killers, God gave them over to their own desires, and they can follow through because they rejected God so much. It got worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. Just look at people like Jeffrey Dahmer. He basically rejected God so much, became a reprobate. He became a serial killer. He started eating people, started committing some of the most disgusting acts, started keeping human body parts. That's not something a normal person does. That's the definition of a reprobate. So yeah, that's exactly what they are. They're not normal. Normal people don't do these things. They don't go around, oh, I'm just gonna go eat. I'm just gonna go be a cannibal. And you've even got tribes that do that in places like Africa and stuff like that. They're not normal. People are like, oh, this is the culture. No, it's not normal to do those things. They're evil people. People are like, oh, that's just their custom. What? Eating human beings. And that used to go on way, way back in ancient civilization. They were doing it. So even back then, you had psychopaths. It's not only just started in the 20th century, this crap. It really hasn't. But you should just look at the world the way it is now. There's a reason this world is becoming worse and worse and worse and worse and more evil. Because this world is completely turned away from God. Completely. Tell me how many people accept God into their life fully Very few. Very, very few. And this is exactly why America is the way it is. This is exactly the world is in the state that it's in. You remove God from church, you remove God from schools, you remove them from stuff like that. Removing things like freedom of speech. It's a joke. Well, yeah, this shouldn't be a shock. It really shouldn't. I couldn't really get full into detail of how I really felt, but we all know what happened. But I've already said how I felt anyway on BitChute, so I'd just be repeating myself. I've already voiced my opinion and my views. Many people have not liked it because I don't support the woke culture, and I never will. I never will. I'll never support it. Care what anyone says. I'll never support their woke crap. Never will. It's not hate speech. It's my opinion. Don't like it. Get lost. Simple as that. Don't support the woke culture. Never will. And I'll continue to keep exposing the wokies. Really will. Because nothing I say anyway is hate speech. Nothing. It's not hate speech. It's facts. But yeah. Wouldn't have even known about this if I didn't check Twitter this morning. I wouldn't have even known that this was going on. So the shows and people got a right to it. Even people that are not Christian have basically the pissed off over this. No, this is what gets me with Christianity though. But this is the difference between Christianity and Islam. If this was done to Muhammad, whatever, there'd be violence. The reason they do it to God and the reason they do it to Christianity is because God, the God of the Bible, is the true God. Allah isn't a God, isn't the true God. Allah is a pagan deity. That's exactly what it is. That's why they never mock Muhammad, Allah, the Hindu fake gods. It's always Christianity. You gotta ask yourself, why is that? If if Jesus, God didn't exist like you people claim, why would you continue to mock something that doesn't exist? You wouldn't, would you? What are you gaining from it? Nothing. That's why we know it's the truth, because it is the truth. The Bible's the truth. Every other religion is bullshit. That's just the fact. Islam, fake religion. Hinduism, fake. Buddhism, nonsense. It's all fake. It's all fake. The only truth is called the Bible. Every other book, load of crap. It really is. It's a load of crap. Every other book teaches this garbage. I mean, you'd have to be deceived to think that the Quran is actually a truthful book with the nonsense that's taught in it. I mean, I saw right through it straight away. Muhammad goes into a cave, doesn't suddenly ages, doesn't age at all, and then comes back out of the cave. Yet you have all the prophets in the biblical Bible, John, Peter, Moses, they all aged and they went to the future. They were shown prophecies of things that were to come, and they all aged. Oh, but somehow Muhammad goes in a cave, sees a so-called angel, and doesn't age. Time just stops. No, it is BS. It's garbage. That's why I knew it was just nonsense. It's the most laughable crap out there. And that's why because I have actually read it. It's just full of garbage. There's some very wicked stuff. taught in that book. Some very evil stuff, talking about beheading people, cutting people's arms off. It's sick. That's exactly what that book teaches, because it's the devil. And even in one, even these people can believe whatever they want because they are deceived. It even admits, there's an instance in their book at one point where Allah admits that he's a deceiver, which is exactly what the devil is. There's a lot of racist stuff in that book as well. There's a lot of racist stuff. I've made videos about it in the past, exposing it. And yet they want to call Christianity out in the Bible for, oh, God did this, God did that. Go look at the Quran. It's way worse. It really is. It honestly is. But yeah. So yeah, everything said, this is the state of the world now. I've been talking about this. I'm going to end it in a few minutes because it's been about an hour or something. That's what it's been. But yeah, I've been talking about this for years. That they've been mocking God for so long. It isn't a shock anymore, man. It shouldn't be a shock because this is all he can do. They always only do it to Christianity because it's the truth. It's the only truth. There's only one path. There's not multiple paths. All the other religions are false. There's only one way to God, and that's called the Son. Basically, Jesus Christ. So you cannot go through all the other religions, say all of another nonsense crap. There's only one way to God, and that's called through the Son. It's as simple as that. So yeah, I'll see you in the next video later. I don't know what's going on with this stupid laptop. Well, yeah, I'll see you in the next when I make a video next later.